welcome back to the lab. This is Marcus. I'm Al. We are joined by our brother Gabe. What's going on,
How you
gentlemen?
doing, bro?
Chilling like
What's
a
up,
villain.
fellas?
Chilling
What's
like a
up?
villain. So let's hop right into it, man. What's going on in sports, Marcus?
Well, the NBA playoffs have hit conference championships. On the East side, we have Miami, Boston, a repeat of last year's conference finals, and 3 out of the last 4 years, these two teams have faced off. Good little rivalry there. And
Yes,
on
it
the
is.
West, we have Denver and LA. Essentially is the 2020 bubble in 2023. The
Yes,
same
it is.
4 Final Four teams in the bubble playing each other again in these playoffs. So it's it starts with tomorrow. The conference championship start tomorrow. So, we'll see. We'll
That
see
sh-
how it goes.
That should
Go
be
Heat.
should be an
Go
interesting
Heat.
one. Yeah, I'm
Go,
rooting for the Heat
go
too, man,
Heat.
because Boston,
Yes, sir.
Boston
yeah.
making it there. Like, again, my beef is with Joel Embiid right now.
Mhm.
Now,
Fair enough.
correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Joel Embiid cry about deserving to be MVP? Wasn't that
He did definitely. He made some comments about not receiving the MVP the last couple of years, and he had his opinions on why that is. Not to get too deep into it, but yeah, he had his comments and opinions on the MVP. He
not
definitely wanted it.
instead of crying about it? Shouldn't your
Mhm.
play on the court show, or
What's
I
No,
mean,
that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
so
I
you
know he had the knee thing earlier, but he played most of the series, so that's not really. If you're out there, you're healthy enough to play. So,
it's like you cried for the MVP, but you couldn't put into work to beat Boston, and then Harden. What an awesome disappointment that motherfucker is.
But see, honestly, bro, with Harden, I'm not shocked because this is kind of what James Harden does in these big moments. Like, he's a great player. He's an all-time player. He'll be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. But when it comes down to these winner go homes, game sevens, big moments, like Harden he just doesn't, either he doesn't have it or the moment's too big. And I know it used to be a fatigue thing in Houston because he was doing everything by himself. He's not doing everything by himself now.
No.
Like, that Philly team is pretty solid.
You got
They dropped
Maxey.
the ball.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They dropped
the
the
ball, bro. 3-2 lead at home, game 6. You came back from that deficit and you had a lead, and Jayson Tatum dismantled them,
My God.
essentially by himself. The last
Yeah.
3 or 4 minutes of that game, like, he essentially dismantled them.
33-10. Tatum fires away, pumps it in. Hand down, man down, and then holds up the 50-piece.
Tatum is a monster,
And-
dude.
Yeah, Tatum's special.
Tatum
Special.
is a monster.
Him and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, it
Special.
sucks that they play for Boston, but it's just. But dude, I'm
And,
rooting for Miami.
Hey, bro, to a bigger conversation as far as Philly's concerned, like Doc Rivers as well, man. Love Doc Rivers. But dude, this has happened on many occasions on
Yeah.
every team he's coached, essentially.
Yeah.
Magic, they had that 3-1 lead back in the day against the champion Detroit Pistons, or the
Mhm.
eventual champion Pistons. Dropped that one. They had a 3-1 lead with the Clippers in
Yeah.
the bubble. Dropped that. They had was it a 3-2 lead against Atlanta a couple years ago with Ben Simmons, but he fell apart. And now you have this. It's like, I don't know, man, between Harden, Doc Rivers, and Joel Embiid, like the 3 of them, I'm not shocked that this is the outcome, but this is a bad look.
There's
to
talk
say the
that
least.
Doc's gonna get fired.
With the way coaches are getting fired right now, like, I wouldn't be shocked.
Dude, the Bucks
Monty Williams
coach,
got fired. Yeah,
Monty Williams.
Budenholzer was a champion a couple years ago. Monty Williams was a coach of the year last year,
Yes.
and he's out of a job this year. How does
Yes.
that work? Phoenix hasn't been this competitive since Charles Barkley was there in the 90s. and you fire that coach. Like what Kevin Durant being there for 20 games is supposed to make them a championship team. I'm confused by that.
Yeah,
You
me
know?
too.
But Nick Nurse with the Raptors lost his job. He just won a title, 3 years ago, 4 years
Mhm.
ago? Ty Lue with the Cavaliers got fired after winning
Yep.
the
So
title with them.
what's
Nah,
going
it's
on? Is
just
it
everybody
just that
wants that instant gratification.
they're
Like
not doing the job?
every year, the
And
Milwaukee Bucks should win a title, which we all know is not realistic, but that's the expectation because you have one of the great players in the league. But every dynasty has these moments. So you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Even like that's what I mean, like dynastic teams have these moments where outside of the Bulls, nobody wins every year.
No.
Like Jordan's Bulls won every year he plays.
And with the Bucks
Essentially, after he
coach,
started.
with
Mhm.
the Bucks coach, didn't he just recently lose his brother?
I think he lost his brother during the first round against Miami or like right before it. So yeah. And you think that would be something. Yeah.
Considering how competitive the Bucks have been these last several
Mhm.
years, you really gonna fire this? I mean, yeah, he made some questionable decisions during the playoffs, yes, but
Mhm.
it would be understandable since his brother died.
You would think so. I know the big thing with him is like they say he doesn't make adjustments in game and in series. But I'm
Mm.
like, Eric Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in the league. Like, if you really want to put it up against coach to coach, like Spoelstra is going to outcoach most coaches in the league. I would argue maybe Greg Popovich would be the one that he might not, but like Spoelstra's up there. Like Pat Riley
That's
is
Riley
his like
Jr. right there,
mentor.
dude.
Yeah, he's little Riley. So like, look at what he does with these Heat teams that on paper shouldn't be competing for anything, but they're constantly in the conversation. So like, I don't know, man. If I was the Milwaukee Bucks, I would try to hire Monty Williams if he'd take the job. 'Cause I think Monty
Actually,
Williams is a
Mark
great
Jackson
coach.
Mark Jackson is in
Boom.
talks, and there were
Mhm.
2 other names that I didn't recognize, but Mark Jackson deserves a
Mhm.
job. You know what I'm saying? I was telling
Yeah.
my wife that the Golden State Warriors that you see and know of, Mark Jackson is the one
Mhm.
who started them off.
Oh yeah.
Steve
Oh yeah.
Kerr
He set the blueprint. Mhm.
Steve Kerr won with Mark Jackson's team and then
Mhm.
just kept it going.
Exactly. Mhm.
I don't know why Mark Jackson got fired, but I don't understand why he hasn't had a job, but Mark Jackson definitely deserves a job in the league.
No, that's true.
And if
I would agree with that for sure. Yeah.
either he or Monty would be my top pick for the Bucks.
Mhm.
And I would like to see
Yeah.
one of those guys get it.
Mhm.
But in this
I know
series,
the
you know,
Raptors. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
I know that Toronto was looking at JJ Redick
Yeah, my wife told
as
me
a
that.
potential coach. I don't hate that. JJ Redick knows the game. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
I
with
mean,
that.
if Steve Kerr can do it, I don't see why
Yeah.
he can't. You
Hell,
know?
Steve Nash got that Brooklyn job with zero experience. I mean, that didn't work out, but hey, man.
But no, I think
Hey,
JJ's a little. I think JJ's a bit.
yeah, I think he's better suited for it
Yeah.
than Nash was. Yeah,
So I'd
I
like
would
to see.
agree.
I'd like to see what happens there. I'd definitely like to
Yeah,
see what
that's
happens
true.
there. But for
Mm-hmm.
the East, with the East starting on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
since everyone has been counting them out all year long,
Mm-hmm.
I'm rooting for Miami in this one.
Yeah.
When you mentioned that
Mm.
Miami
Mm.
would beat the Bucks, I didn't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't believe. I didn't. Because again, I didn't think they had enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you see how small Miami is.
Yeah.
You see how big Milwaukee was. And,
Yes.
again, you remember what I pointed out. They just weren't playing big boy ball. When you're playing against a little team like that, you force them to play your game.
Mm-hmm.
Play big boy ball, which they didn't do, so they lost. And I mean, seeing how
Yeah.
they competed, Jimmy Buckets is doing it big.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm rooting. I hope I think it's going to be a very competitive series.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it's going to go 6 games,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm praying in those 6 games that Miami puts a
We're gonna
whooping
do it.
on them.
We're gonna We're going to shock the world again, bro. And let me add this. I just want to add this for any Knicks fans viewing this. Bing, bong.
Bing bong.
Hey, I had all these Knicks fans telling me, oh, we going to the conference championship. Oh, we going to walk through y'all. And after game 1, I ain't hear nobody talk about it no more. It took y'all hurting Jimmy Butler to y'all to get that one. The second game I give you, Jalen Brunson, fantastic player.
Who knew?
Didn't see that coming. Didn't see it coming. Fantastic. Good for the Knicks. I'm happy that they got them a player. But yeah, man. That's what I was told. The Knicks were gonna like walk through Miami. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a second. The Knicks fans are like Cowboy fans to me.
I agree.
Extremely delusional. At
I
least
agree.
the Cowboy fans can lean on the 90s, like we had a dynasty in everybody's lifetime. The Knicks haven't won a title since the 70s.
Has it
bro.
been that long?
Yep. Half the people.
Yes.
It's been 50 years, man. 50 years. And they have this mindset that like, oh, if we're in the playoffs, we're the favorite. I'm just like, why? What have the Knicks done ever? Even those 2 titles in the 70s, that's it. Like, what you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They got that bravado like a Celtic or a Laker fan. Like, they have reason to feel that way because they win a lot.
Yeah.
The Knicks don't win.
No.
And maybe it's the New York thing. I don't know.
I'll say this. Here's when I knew.
digress.
Here's when I knew the Knicks were going to lose. I was watching clips on TikToks and New York fans. Now, mind you, you're still playing the Heat. But New York fans in New York were so pumped. Talking about, yeah, LeBron, when we see you, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You talking about LeBron, but you can't get past Jalen Brunson or whatever that guy's name is. And who knew that this kid was a beast like this? I haven't been paying attention. I know he came from Dallas. But seeing how
he played good in last year's playoffs, but I didn't see this.
Me neither. Me neither. Yeah. And seeing how he's balling out.
Jaylen,
yeah, shout out to Jaylen, man. You know, hey, dude, more power to you. It just sucks you played for the Knicks.
Special. Yeah. Yeah, really. But you know what? I'm happy for the Knicks that they actually got them a player that's like a dog, man. Like, he's a dog. Like, he got that dog in him. Like, they want to shit on Julius Randle and they want to shit on RJ Barrett. But it's like, it's not that the Heat did a good job defensively. It's that those guys choked when they didn't show up. And I'm just like, how's that work? So the Heat do something good, and it's like, they didn't do it. It's the other team's fault. Like Milwaukee, well, you know, Giannis was hurt, and they just didn't play their game. Maybe Miami took them out of that. Like, I don't know. Hey, shout out to Miami. We're going back to the championship. We're going to win this one for Jimmy. Get Jimmy a ring. Let Jimmy eat. Let Jimmy eat, please. Eric Spoelstra get him another ring. Would that be 3?
Yes, dude.
I'm not counting that one when he was a video guy. That first one, not the first D Wade one. 2 with the Heatles. Get this 3rd one.
Listen,
man.
It out.
Listen.
Go Heat in that one.
If we can get through Boston, we gonna win the title.
Yeah.
Mark that. If we can get through Boston, neither team on the West is gonna beat us. I'm just saying. I'm saying it now.
And I'm hoping the Lakers lose. Moving on to.
Oh yeah, I'm rooting for Denver. Yeah, I'm rooting for Denver. I want to see Jokic is going crazy. I don't know what the hell Jokic is on. Nikola Jokic is in his bag on like another level, and like Anthony Davis gonna have to work because Jokic don't even look athletic. It don't look like it should work, but it all works, bro. Like, dude's averaging like a 30-something point triple-double in these playoffs. That's insane. And it's efficient, bro. Like, he's shooting a high percentage. He's getting cats open shots. Michael Porter Jr. hitting big shots. Fucking Jamal Murray's back and healthy. And they're deep. Like, Denver is a deep, loaded team. Now, the Lakers, to their credit, and it's something you just said about Milwaukee not playing big boy ball. The Lakers have big bodies, and they played big boy ball against the Warriors and got them up out of there. Because, like, that's like you said, you got to play to your strengths, and that's what they did. But Denver is loaded, and Denver is like deep enough to where they're not going to be able to do that, you know. And LeBron's going to have to show up. He didn't have to really go crazy yet. LeBron going to have to go crazy for the Lakers to get past Denver. But yeah, I'd like to see a Denver Miami championship. That's what I'm rooting for.
Hell
So
yeah.
we'll see. And hell, I wouldn't mind seeing the Lakers either, where we can get them back for the bubble.
No, I don't want to see
So,
LeBron in the
either way.
finals. I don't want to see LeBron in the finals. Let's go Denver.
I wouldn't mind it. LeBron get another L in the finals. That GOAT stuff's over. You can't keep losing in the. I don't care how many times you've been to the finals. You keep losing in the finals. Don't nobody call Jerry West the GOAT. Jerry West is the logo of the league, and don't nobody call him the GOAT. You know why? Jerry West lost 3 or 4 times as much as he won in the finals. Like Jerry West got like 9 L's in the finals, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you get there a lot and lose. So what does that mean? You the best
it
number
don't mean
2.
nothing.
You know, I'm the
It
best
don't mean
runner-up.
nothing if you choke.
I'm the best runner-up there is. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
it's like, come on, man.
Now moving
What you talking
on.
about?
Now moving on to
Us.
today on TikTok.
Mm,
I don't think I
okay.
prepped y'all for this video, but this is something that took place in New York just recently. And this is almost, well, granted, it didn't escalate to that, but this just comes to show how, well, I can't remember what that lady's name, and I don't really care to, but the lady who got Emmett Till killed
Mm,
for lying. These racist white women who like to lie or escalate situations to the point where a black dude can get hurt. Like, thank God it didn't happen here. Thank God it didn't happen here. But it could have happened. Like, check this out.
Just in case you needed a reminder that women like Carolyn Bryant are still alive and well today and even working in the medical field.
This filthy bitch works for Bellevue. She's in the medical field.
Oh, she ain't got a job.
She still has a job.
As of now, but she won't later on.
Look at her. Now, what do you see being done to her right here? What do you see being done to her?
what is she saying?
She's screaming for help. Now, the young brother here paid for that bicycle. She's trying to take said bicycle. Now she's trying to fake cry. Now you're going to see some old white cracker right there on the phone right there. Look at that racist cracker in the background. He's trying to tell the dude, why don't you cancel the bike so that she can get it? Number 1, who the fuck are you? 2, who the fuck is this bitch? Look at her fake crying. Look at her fake crying. I thank the good Lord that I have not been caught in a Karen situation like this. Because, man, I'd be in jail. I would be in jail. Look at this bitch.
In this day and age, you have to record everything because, most people side with the chick.
So that young man paid for the bike, and this healthcare Karen thought she was entitled to it. And because she's crying these fake tears, this dude takes her side and says to reset the bike. Reset the bike for what? It's his bike. He paid for it. People like this are dangerous. In this case, they should have been screaming out for help.
Talking about he's hurting her unborn fetus
and then
during
doing
that
all
video.
that pushing and shoving, taking his phone, talking about her fetus. Ridiculous.
Carolyn Bryant is the chick who got Emmett Till killed. Not that I care to remember her name, but that's who that bitch was. Bitches like that are going to get brothers killed. Doing shit like that,
anybody
they're going to
killed.
get brothers killed.
Any one of us killed.
You know? And this goes straight back to the Rasheem Carter situation in Mississippi. It was a white girl that told Luke Clements that Rasheem was interested in her, flirting with her, coming after her. So this racist white prick, Luke Clements, and his boys hunt Rasheem Carter down, chop him up into pieces, and spread him all over. Modern day Emmett Till. That white bitch is roaming free. Luke Clements is roaming free in North Carolina, talking about, oh, I'm getting all these death threats. The sheriff's handling that case. Talking about they're getting threats. They don't understand why. Because a white racist, filthy bitches like that one you just saw in that video. Pieces of shit like that need to be locked up. If they're not going to get locked up, I don't want to, I don't advocate violence, but bitches like that deserve to get punched in the fucking
Something
mouth.
got to be done.
Yeah, it's gross, man. It's unfortunate. At
Thank
least it was
God.
recorded.
Thank God it was recorded. Thank God there were plenty of witnesses out there, because that could have went down entirely different. Bellevue, as far as like recent news on that broad, the Bellevue medical staff has been made aware of this video. They are currently investigating, and we'll see what happens to this dumbass white bitch.
Well, she just made her not only herself look bad, but also the hospital. She's wearing a hospital shirt.
And that racist old cracker that was behind her talking about reset the bike. They both work for that fucking hospital.
That's
So
crazy.
both of them need to be fired.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, you didn't have nothing to do with it.
I wouldn't want to
so I
give
don't
it
know
up.
and why would they reset it? Yeah, why would he reset the bike when he
Right.
already paid
I
for
wouldn't
it? Doesn't
reset it
make
if
any
I already
sense.
paid for it. It's my shit. That's like somebody trying to have my
Yeah.
bag
And
of
like
chips.
the second you
That's
start
like
touching me, and the second you start
yeah,
touching me,
that's like
that's
the-
assault.
Yeah.
That's like that sit in the back of the bus type shit. You know? Like get to the back of the bus because a white person is here. The hell does that mean? I don't care. He paid for that. That's that. That's a wrap. Like they're nice to even be sitting there talking. I would just take the bike and kept it moving. Like
And the
wouldn't even
second
been
you
none
try
of
to, and again, the second you touch me, you just opened a whole can of worms.
Yeah.
Don't put your hands
There's
on me.
assault.
Don't put your hands on me in any way, shape, or form, unless I invite it. You didn't pay for the bike. Don't touch the bike. You don't own me. Don't touch me. 2 violations. And she still got to walk away. 2 violate. She violated twice and still got to walk away. That's the kind of shit that pisses me off. All this recording, marching, and protesting that we're doing, what the fuck has that done? Oh, I'll answer that. Not
Yeah.
a fucking thing. If you guys are gonna record something worth fucking recording. Don't record people being victimized. That's all I'm gonna fucking say about that. Now moving on. Before I do say something.
I'm waiting for it, bro.
Did you guys watch Beef?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, what's his name? Stephen Yuen? Is that his? I know I'm mispronouncing it, but Glenn from The Walking Dead.
That's what I know by.
All right, Glenn from The Walking Dead. Hey, buddy, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I know your first name's Steven. I know I'm mispronouncing your last name. Yo, my man was awesome in this, dude.
Yeah, he did a good job.
And what is her name? Ali Wong? Dude, she was. Now, the both of you know me very well. You guys know I easily could have been caught up in that same motherfucking situation.
I can also ended up in a different way too.
Oh yeah, people will, it would have ended violently immediately.
They wouldn't have been more than one episode.
It wouldn't have taken that long. But dude, the way the show was comical up until the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like everything, like dude, from him pissing, like how much piss does someone have in their bladder that the shit was streaming out of the door? Like it wasn't just, like it was streaming out from the door from inside the
he must have
bathroom.
been holding that for a while.
My God.
That was crazy.
It's as if he pissed in a gallon and was pouring that gallon all around the fucking bathroom. And I love how later on, when he's I forget what the fake name he uses when he's talking to her.
Oh, Zane.
Zane.
Zane, yeah.
When he goes in, is he talking about? Oh, do you have a bathroom I can use?
Oh yeah, that was great.
And her face was like mother.
Mhm.
She was so angry,
She was.
so angry,
They were both pretty petty, man. They were both really petty. For it to
super
escalate
petty.
that way. It made, I don't know, that's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. Like the way that the beef started and what it started from. Like
Over a little,
And man,
over
I
a
mean, it
little
was
road
hilarious.
rage.
Yeah. Over yeah.
and you see,
Yeah.
we can't say a little road rage. Road rage is a motherfucker. Now I speak from experience. I've had to tone myself down. I've had to do, like, living in Florida. After a while, I had to stop carrying a gun in the car because, dude, it would end bad. My rage was that bad that it would end bad. I've gotten out of my car in Florida, walked up to other cars ready to either blast or beat them the fuck down. Thank God, none of that ever happened. But, like, I've had to tone so I know, like, watching how pissed off it got from just being honked at. There was a time where I easily saw myself in one of their positions. Now, I wouldn't have done all those petty things. Again,
Yeah,
that kind of shit would have just ended violently. But everything they were doing up until the last 2
it
episodes,
just escalated so much, man.
she went as far as to fucking his brother.
No, but that's one thing. She did that, but I think she was falling for the brother. I don't.
She was feeling, I wouldn't say falling. She was feeling bad for him.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Because she was feeling some kind of way about him, and I think she was catching feelings.
Yeah.
He definitely was catching feelings for her,
Oh, the brother,
Yeah.
the brother most certainly was catching feelings.
and I think that she was
but they say,
starting to hit that too.
but they say when you look at how it ended, they say in life the only person that could really, really, really piss you off is the one who loves you the most. Now, they may not have known it in that first instant, but you even hear him make mention of it, like, later on when they meet up. I forget where they met up, and he was like, "Are you in love with me?" And you see how she reacts to that. But then again, you see how it ends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because when her punk ass
I kind
husband,
of felt like that's how it was going.
yeah,
Felt like it was gonna go that way. It's like that. But then to have that kind of animosity towards each other over some road
That's
rage,
some-
I'm like,
That's some
there's gotta
shit,
be more
man.
to this, Yeah.
mhm.
Over somebody honking at you, bro, like they really went that far. I will say though, old girl getting cut in half.
Oh my
horrible.
God,
Damn,
That was
automated door.
horrible,
That was
bro.
insane. I had to rewind that because I'm like, that
was
did not just
horrible.
happen. That whole episode, that whole scene, the shootout, and like the whole thing, like I'm like, yo, this has really gotten crazy. Like this really went
That
far.
one girl
you know?
over a
just
halt.
watching her get cut in half, bro. She just watching her.
It's her fault.
Yeah.
It's her fault. She was like,
It's her fault.
wait.
She's responsible.
All she had to do was wait one more second. She'd
Uh-huh.
made it through the door. One
But
more
she-
second.
That was her woman.
That was her
Like,
boss.
That she was with her brother. Yeah, no, she was with her brother, and then she ended up with her,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. Like I don't know. They just like slipped that in there, like that was
Like it was just,
expected or something.
you know.
Like, damn, like
And make
what?
it
and that
and make
chick,
it a
she
little
was,
juicy.
This-
she was
Yeah.
super self-absorbed too. So I don't know how much
Oh.
she really
I think
she was just there
trying
for
to be on
Mhm.
top.
for the money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then when I thought
Yeah,
the
it was-
brother got shot when he made it over the wall.
Yeah, that was
I
bad.
did too. Yeah.
I was super happy to see him send that text.
What did he tell him? He was blocking him or something, right?
Yeah, he was like something about, fuck you, I'm blocking you. or
Yeah,
whatever.
but at least we know he's alive.
Yeah. Which is
Paul was one of my favorite characters, man. Like, I thought Paul was a good kid. Like, I don't know. Glenn was holding him down. And, like, once you see the backstory and, like, him throwing away his college letters, like, that was
a
dirty.
scumbag thing to do.
That was
That
so
was- that
dirty.
was
And it's like,
major
dude,
dirty,
you
man.
literally held him back. Like, you held him back. Like, because you wanted him to be like you or you wanted
That
him to
was
be
his
with you.
brother,
Like,
bro. Like his
that's-
blood. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's dirty. And then him being responsible for the house burning down, I knew it because they kept showing the ground, and I was like, that looks like a wire.
Mm-hmm.
It looks split.
Well,
And then when you
yeah.
see what happens, I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is his fault. But he's gonna try to
But
spin it.
You saw that, right?
And he
What
kept
did,
on
bro?
this. Yeah. Oh yeah. And he kept on this like he's got such bad luck, and God, why is God like making him go through this? Like, dude, most of the stuff that you've gone through is your fault.
Because you a fuck up.
Yes, you are fuck up, and you are annoying as shit. Like, he was very annoying, and I got it. And then I thought the chick that was pregnant, that his ex,
Mm-hmm.
that she was with the other dude, the way she kept looking at him, I was like, oh, she trying to get back with him though. That's what I was thinking. Was it Danny, right?
Yeah.
Gwen. I was like, she kind of felt like she's staring at Danny a lot. And I knew the dude that she was with was a
Poser.
bozo.
Yeah, he was a poser.
Yeah, I knew he was a bozo because, like, look, everything that he said all felt faked. And I'm like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
this dude ain't
them
Batman.
two bozos, man, that he was hanging out with. He should have
Yeah.
fucking just gave him the X
Yes.
and got rid of them. That was
Yeah.
dead
Yeah.
weight. You saw what happened. They
And
they
his-
missed, they
And their cousin.
he went in
oh,
there trying to rob the place after he told them don't do it.
mm,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be like
The
boys
thing
and
And
shit.
his cousin, was it Isaac?
Mm-hmm.
Isaac.
Oh my god.
I liked him at first, but the way that evolved, I'm like, yo, this dude is a menace, bro. Like a complete
Oh, you can't
menace.
Absolutely.
trust a
Nothing
motherfucker
good.
like that, bro.
No.
Because at the drop of
no.
a hat, that nigga's turning, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have to go
Nope.
down like that. Like when he knocked out old boy, the chick's husband,
Yes.
and the baby girl was in the car, he could have called her and been like, hey, I had to do, like, I've talked to your husband, he's out, but I got the baby. Everything's cool. Like, I felt like he could have handled
Absolutely.
that different.
Yes.
But him taking the baby to the crib and then old boy showing up, I was like, this is where it's getting crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could, again, it goes back to his decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Danny's a fuck up. So
You know,
this is why his life is so
that could have
shitty.
ended up way worse.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
when old boy came back to the house and that kid was there, man, it could have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really could have.
But
But that
I
show,
don't know, man.
that show was fucking crazy.
hey,
Crazy.
It was. It was,
And
it
then to
was good.
see
It was
when
very good.
when they were on the run and eating those berries, I automatically
Mhm.
knew, because homeboy didn't know anything about picking berries. She's a plant chick, but
Mhm.
she's like not really a
Yeah.
plant chick.
and she didn't know shit.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
She
she
didn't
said
know
she just
shit
Googled
either,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, she
You
said
know?
she Googled stuff and acts like she's smart.
Because
Yeah.
if you were really a plant chick, the second he handed you those berries, you would have been like, "Oh no, these are not the right ones." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nope.
neither one of them. Yeah.
But they went to town on those berries, and I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Oh, these motherfuckers gonna die."
Hey,
I'm like, "They gonna die." I didn't
It
think they were gonna
was-
make it. I didn't think they were gonna make it.
it was killing their insides though.
Oh yes.
I will say though, that last scene was symbolic of like the show itself though. Like the whole beef, but in bed with him
Mm-hmm.
and then him like putting his arm around her. I was like, that's kind of the only way that could have ended. Like, I wouldn't have been satisfied if they both would have died from the berries or anything. You know what I mean? Like, there needed to be some kind of
Yeah.
resolution. Nobody else saw them like they saw each other. You know what I mean?
And it
like,
took what
so
happened to
that-
them in that field
yeah.
for that to happen for them.
And she snapped his
Yeah,
damn arm.
she sure
too.
did.
Ugh,
I ain't gonna lie. I
She
love
sure
that.
did.
that
I
had,
love
that
that.
had me
You-
rolling.
UFC
I loved it.
style, bro.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. When he shoved her down that hill, though, I was just like, and then he like, why'd you make me do that? I'm like, yo, didn't make you do that?
They were tripping
So you did this.
balls, bro. They were tripping. Boy, you saw how the gun turned into a branch?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hold
Yeah.
second. Oh,
And it was at one point he was saying something and he was like, who am I? And it's like, well, you're her. Or like, you know what I mean? Like they were like speaking to each other from the other's perspective or something. Like I was like, that was like it was well done. It was a really well done show. Like the ending episode, what, 8 or 9 or whatever it was, the damn shootout was just mind blowing. And I love old boy, the ginger. Santino.
Yeah.
I love that cat because he's a stand-up comedian too. Love that cat. But bro, like Gabe said, them dudes should have been out earlier than this because them fools, he told them not to do that and they still did that.
And you
Should have
you
cut
saw
them
what
off right
happened.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, you get the funding from the church
Oh,
from this is like the Lord's place, bro, and you're gonna try to like scheme it.
oh my
And then you
God.
wonder why
But
stuff
you
don't
saw,
work
you
out.
saw what he was
Come
doing.
on,
He
bro.
was getting the materials from somewhere else. He was stealing the materials, and the church was paying for the materials that he was getting for free.
Yeah.
Now I will say
And
this.
he was gonna take the money and do something else with
That's
it.
how
And like build his parents' house.
that's how the church works, though. That's how.
Yeah,
That's how.
no. Let's
Yeah, I thought he was kind of feeling, the whole church scene when my man started feeling the spirit. And he broke down.
crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna go legit, but then
Oh hell no.
He just
Hell
turned
no.
around.
That was
No,
an act. That was an act. He was focused on getting back with his ex because he knew everything that he was doing was gonna get her back. He saw her giving him the bedroom eyes the whole
He was
time.
leading the choir.
Oh,
He was leading the choir. He was singing.
oh
He was
yeah,
playing
he was
guitar.
Hey, he was sounding
was-
pretty good
bro,
too.
They were out there hooping. Yeah, they were out there hooping. I was like, damn, I ain't seen nothing like this since Jeremy Lin. They were out there they were out there doing work. It's like, okay, I
the
didn't know they
Korean
had buckets like
connection,
this.
boy.
Yeah, man, they were getting them work. Oh boy, out there screaming, cussing. I was like, damn, you're on church ground still. You're supposed to be like the head
Yeah,
of the youth.
that right there is
youth.
called jealousy.
Mhm.
Yeah. Talking about, I just want a piece of whatever y'all.
He was
whatever
getting
y'all
his
are doing.
ass whooped.
And he knew it.
This cat, he was just as dirty as them because he wanted in on whatever schemes they were doing.
Yep.
But it's like, I mean, obviously Danny was doing some dirt that Paul didn't even know about. But I think, like, of all the people, Paul wasn't like a dirtbag like that. Like, he was just
He was just a spoiled kid.
associated.
Yeah, he was just a spoiled kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But
man,
Danny was an idiot.
yeah.
And Isaac was a scumbag because
Yep.
he's the reason that they lost that motel.
Yep.
And he's still rocking with this dude. And I was thinking, like, where's Isaac getting this money? Like, he gave him the $20,000 and like he had all this stuff. And I knew he was doing dirt, but I'm just like, where is he having this kind of like revenue to like fund this kind of stuff, to do these things?
Didn't he give away the rogue rice cooker too?
He was he did
Right,
have all
but
the
did he
rice
give
cookers in
away
there.
But they
the
were-
rice cooker that had the money in it? Because
Yes.
if I
Yes, he did.
recall,
And so,
he gave away
Yeah.
one of the rice cookers that he wasn't supposed to give away. Because remember, the guy was telling him, okay, these you can give away. This one, nah, we got. And he was showing him what he had in there. He had that that cash. So
And dude, to see, what was it, Danny, right? When his parents came into town, he's ready to show them the house. Knowing that they've been viewing him and seeing him as a fuck up his whole life, he thought he had that shit in
hell
the bag.
yeah, and he did have it in the bag.
Again,
Mm-hmm.
had he not done his own wiring, maybe this would have worked out.
Yep.
But no, he's the reason that his life has failed at every step. He is solely responsible
Yep.
for every bad thing that's happened to him because he's
My
done
man was
stupid
like-
shit.
Talking to the fire chief, he's like, "Are you sure? I thought you said it was arson. Yeah, you said it was arson. Did you say it was
Yeah.
arson? No, it was what? Oh, don't you got to do it
And he-
again? Yeah, I think you should do it again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he going around telling everybody, it was, it was arson. Like he didn't tell Paul the truth until they
Yeah.
were in that little thing.
Yep.
That he was responsible, and then he told him about how
He fucked his
he
life.
threw away his college. Yeah, because Paul had that's what I liked about him is like he had like goals and like aspirations. Like he actually wanted to do
He
something.
wanted to
and
get
be
money.
something.
He wanted to get money.
Yeah, and Danny was just on this scheming shit like the whole time. Like Paul was like, I'll work for it. Like he had money. He was like streaming, doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
He had money and stuff. So I don't know, man.
But hey, I
But
recommend.
then like
If you haven't seen the show, it's called Beef. It's on
Yeah.
Netflix.
it's a good.
Definitely
Good
a good
show.
show.
Definitely check it
Mhm.
out. Give it a whirl. Like to
Oh,
take
yeah.
the time to thank our new subscribers because we did get a few hop on. We appreciate you
Mhm.
guys. I want to thank our subscribers that are on now.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you guys are looking for
Facts.
any artwork, please hit my nephew up, Nathaniel. His info is in our in our bio.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all check out NISH, the producer of our outro track.
Yes,
It's called
yes.
Trap Sex. You can find his music on SoundCloud and YouTube.
Right on. Thanks again, folks, for joining us.
Mhm.
See you soon.
Yes, sir.
There you guys.
Peace.